Do you think you can survive being stuck in an island full of monsters and predatory animals? You could if there were normal creatures, a slim chance but still probable. Sure, you could scare a tiger or wolves away with fire, but what if the island you're stuck in is Skull Island? And it's the one from the Monsterverse. Can you survive there for at least a week before a rescue team arrives and take you back to civilization? So here in this video we will dive into what it takes for you to keep safe till help arrives in Skull Island, and at the same time discuss the monsters that are out there to kill you, and also survival techniques. So subscribe if you haven't already, and now let's get to it. Let us first understand where Skull Island is, and how you could probably be shipwrecked in that monstrous place. Well, since we are looking at the version from the Monsterverse, it will not be situated in the southern part of the Indian Ocean, but rather in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, 4,000 kilometers away from Hawaii in the northwest, at the same distance away from the Mexican coast in the northeast of it, and about 4,000 kilometers away from either South America, Antarctica, or the Micronesian islands. So there is no way to send smoke signals for help or any kind of SOS. Ships won't be passing through there anyway, but luckily you have a satellite phone. That's just, how you could get out. Let's just give you something, hope. You could use that to call for rescue, but it'll take 7 days. So how do you survive for a week in that island? First and foremost, you have to know what are the dangerous creatures of Skull Island. Then and only then can you strategize a way to get through without losing your limbs or your head. So what are the ones that are herbivorous and benign, and which ones are after you the second you step into that island? The harmless ones are small creatures like the deers, fern birds, squirrels, and water buffaloes. Even the big creatures like the triceratops, the magma turtles, the scar buffaloes, and spore mantises will not be harmful if you keep out of their way. These, after all, are wild and territorial creatures, protective of their young and apprehensive of squiggly little humans. But what are the really dangerous creatures? Firstly, from the air, you have swarms of leafwings and psychovultures that will hunt you down and rip you to shreds if they ever get you out in the open fields or open space. In the swamps, there are huge monstrous sirenjaws and ambush predators like the vine stranglers and swarm locusts that are more than 25 feet long. In the forest, there are huge spirit tigers that will hunt you down before you even know that they are there. There are packs of ravenous death jackals that will relentlessly pursue you, and you will have also mother longlegs that will stalk unwitting prey amongst the bamboo groves. Even in the rivers, there are these gigantic mire squids and strange snake squids. But the most dangerous of all are the skullcrawlers. They can smell you from a mile away and are always starving for food. So how does one navigate the island and survive? Is it even possible? Well, as you can see from the movie, the two World War II pilots, Gunpei, Ikari and Marlowe, managed to survive and even find shelter among the Iwi natives of the place. And yes, even the natives, the Iwi people, have managed to carve out a space for themselves to call home, a safe space for shelter and to thrive in. But this is partly due to their allegiances to the king of the island, Kong, which you will barely get any help from since you'll already be dead even before you know where to look for him. But the thing is, yes, you can survive for a few days or weeks in the island, given that you know what to do out there, what the dangerous things are, and where these dangerous creatures are located in. Okay, what are the 5 things you need to do in order to live? You need to be invisible, you need to know where to be, which is location, you need food and water, sustenance, you need warmth and shelter, and lastly, you need some sort of weapon to defend yourself from threats or at least to deter them from coming towards you. So first and foremost, you have to be invisible. Of course, by that I don't mean being literally invisible like the Hollow Man, but what I mean is that you should not be seen, heard or even smell. You need to be extra quiet and not shout out for help since there won't be any in the first place. Any sound you make will attract unwanted attention. So move like a cat in the corners and stay less visible, of course. Cover yourself with leaves and camouflage yourself, then at the same time mask your scent with mud or other pungent vegetation, just to minimize the smell of sweat coming out of you. But that won't be enough. You need to get to a safer place from where you are right now, which would mean that you need to know the geography of the island. The important thing you need to know is bigger life forms tend to stay in the center of the island, and the nearer you are to the coast, the safer you would be. That's from Jurassic Park Part 3, but it's the same. Skull Island is filled with lush jungles all over the place. There are these grasslands and lots of mountains in the center of the place, even forests. So you need to avoid these and try as much as you can to traverse through the harsh coastline and find a spot where it is less forested and has ample space for you to run away in the case a predator comes your way. The best is near cliffs, but not necessarily the cliffs, more like near them, and avoid being too close to the water as well. There are dangerous creatures like the mire squids there. Next, in order to survive and stay alive for a week, you need to build a crude shelter with some sort of basic fortifications. Then focus on finding food and fresh drinking water. A small cave or a human-sized hole in the rocks would suffice. Since you'll be out in a week, you need not concern yourself in building something extravagant. The truth about survival in this place isn't being on the top of the food chain, but to be unnoticeable. You should lower your standards and live like Gollum from The Lord of the Rings. A dark and dingy place, grubs for food, and on occasion try to catch a fish and small birds. But most importantly, no matter how thirsty you are, ocean water is a no-no. Coconut water is okay, or locating a small stream is vital. It's hot and humid out there. Hydration is essential. Now that you are done with finding shelter in a small crevice or a hole, not necessarily a large cave, as bigger predators would easily enter these places and have a banquet with your head on the main dish. You need to make weapons to defend yourself, or at least the entrance, and also flush out the smaller threats that might be with you in that hole. What kind of weapons can you make or find? So given the fact that you're stranded, you would probably have no gun with you, and yes, even if you do, it should be the last resort, since a sound of a gunshot will give away your position, and skullcrawlers will come. One gunshot is dangerous, two will definitely tell every predator out there where you are. So you should fashion yourself a crude spear from whatever tree branch you can find and strap a sharpened rock at the tip to act as a spear tip. Dig yourself in and face the tip outwards. Also, you can make a few spiked barricades if you have time, and a shield or a door to cover the entrance. The thing is to be well hidden. Of course, even with all this, there is no 100% chance that you will get out alive. But it does improve your survival rate. Barricading yourself in a hole with pikes and basic doors or a kind of a frame will deter predators that might lurk into the coastlines, since catching you and dragging you out will expend more energy than whatever nutrition your body will provide them. They will most probably move on and find other prey. The last thing you need to do is to radio in your position, giving landmarks as clues to your location and telling them that you're at least 300 meters away from a smoke signal. You shouldn't be seen in the open with a smoke signal. Predators will just come out and just snatch you out.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah, smoke signals should be made before their arrival. The thing about evacuation in the island is that this is one of the most dangerous moments. Any delay in getting out means your position is given away, the rescue team would be in danger themselves, and a second attempt would almost be useless. So there you go, the important things you need to know in order to survive on Skull Island for some time. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this video, and with that we come to the end of it, so do hit that like button, subscribe to be a part of the MindQ family, and smash the bell icon for regular updates on new videos right here on this channel. Till the next one, take care, fam.